friends and family, my name is Skylent. Merry Monday. Welcome to the weekly commentary where I go back and look through your comments and I give my own comments on those comments that were on my videos that generally comment on something in the gaming industry. Yeah, we good? Okay, full circle here. So anyways, last video was a little bit long-winded, so let's just jump right into this, guys. We're going to talk about Code Vein's video comment here. This was on the trailer where I talked about Code Vein. So the Pikachu virus actually says this here. We're entitled to our own opinions, but no, seriously, I'm looking forward to this. And I don't mind seeing something new and fresh, and who cares if the characters look anime-ish, and the setting has been done before. What? You'd prefer it to be with sunshine and rainbows and skipping into fields and flowers and cuddling cute rabbits and sea otters? I like sea otters, okay? Judge me. The gameplay looks simple yet fun. It would seem they're gonna have dozens and dozens of weapons and other items to choose from and a partner to fight alongside you as well. So the Pikachu virus is seemingly very hype about this game because it does seem to be doing some unique things with like the armor weapon mutation mutator things, and you also do have an AI partner with you or something. I don't know if they're gonna allow for co-op, but anyways, we did a lot of speculation and I already told you my thoughts and feelings on Code Vein in that video if you haven't seen it. But basically I chose this comment because one, I didn't say that I didn't like the fact that it was anime. In fact, I hyped it up that we have anime souls. That's exciting. Some people might not like it, but trust me, it's gonna be cool. The setting though is very cliche for both like games, Metroidvanias / Souls-like games, and also in anime. It's pretty cliche, but you know, whatever. It could be cool as long as the game is mechanically, you know, very fun. And that's why I want to talk about the rainbows and sunshine Souls-like game. I want that to exist. Yes, I would prefer a sunshine and rainbows and literally skipping through fields of flowers type of Souls game. I play all sorts of games, you know, games for adults like Dark Souls, and also games for kids like the freaking Amazing World MMO, whatever. Like I don't care, like Trove and stuff like that. There's some really ingenious children's games that actually have difficulty. Do you guys remember the Disney games from your childhood? Yeah, no. I think Dark Souls could actually, like a Souls formula at least, could work really well with children's games. In fact, the game that very much inspired a lot of mechanics from Dark Souls, The Legend of Zelda, is somewhat considered a kid's game. So I could absolutely see a children's, cuddly toy type of Dark Souls game existing. Absolutely, I have no qualms with that. Anyways, so there's that. Next up we have the Subscribe Night Game Hype fucking, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but this was where I and 9 other subscribers actually played a match of League of Legends. It was a fantastic match, went back and forth kind of, but I did amazing, dude. Holy crap. It was good stuff, dude. If you don't know, the Subscribe Game Night thing is actually a tier on Patreon. So where at least once a month, we do like a big stream where I play with all you guys, and maybe we're gonna do like giveaways and we're gonna have tournaments and things, and it's gonna be legit. And yeah, and we're actually gonna post it proper, highlight it proper on YouTube. And it's just good times, good fun stuff of the community supporting the community itself and me playing with you guys and highlighting that. So I uploaded this video and somebody left this comment because we were playing League of Legends in this particular video, which was fun. We had a good time. But this person says, it's more intuitive than Dota because it's a child's game. And I think this might have been in response to somebody saying, it's more intuitive. And I say that all the time. League of Legends is more intuitive than Dota 2 because that's just the objective truth. And this person says it's just because League of Legends is made for kids. Now, as somebody who really plays a lot of children's games and just plays a lot of games in general, I'll tell you the more popular games tend to be more intuitive, especially when it comes to competitive games. Not always, but a lot of the time. And overall, really, League of Legends was spawned from Dota, which was a mod at the time, because a lot of people saw the potential of the MOBA genre as a whole, which League of Legends really started and kickstarted. And they wanted to make it more intuitive because Dota had a lot of things that were just straight up unintuitive, like killing your own creeps. That's one major thing. The itemization was really complicated back in the day, and maybe it still is now, but I personally do prefer the itemization, and I do like the complexity of Dota 2. Like jungle stack camping thing, like that, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in Dota 2 that just simply doesn't make sense. In League of Legends, it does. Now, that doesn't mean League of Legends is a smaller or lesser game, just because its item shop is more straightforward, and just because its overall strategy is more simpler. Actually, the skill has been offset into its mechanics. What do I mean by mechanics is kind of jargon for the physical interaction of the player with the game. Basically, more skill shots, more aim-based gameplay, more reaction-based gameplay, lower cooldowns, more team fights more often, almost League of Legends, if you play like 1v1 mid, it can almost feel like a fighting game sometimes. So that's what I mean. Dota, even though there are some characters that are pretty mechanically demanding, as a whole, Dota is a much more slower paced game that's really played more like an RTS in a lot of different ways. Some characters are literally RTS characters. So they're just different games, they have different skill sets, but League of Legends is easier to get into. That doesn't mean its skill ceiling is overall any lower. Okay, so there's that. Next up, we have a comment on the Battlerite first impression video that I did, and Jon Snow says, could you do a Heroes of the Storm review? Now, it wasn't just Jon Snow that said this. There was a couple of other comments that said that, and throughout a lot of videos, I have been seeing this comment or on streams as well. A lot of people are like, yo, dude, let's talk about Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm did just have a 2.0 update, and Heroes of the Storm is a game I played a little bit of, I have fun with it, and I have a lot of friends like you guys that do actively play the game with me. So, yeah, I played all MOBAs pretty much, so let's go, man. Let's do a review of Heroes of the Storm. You guys asked for it. We'll do a full review of Heroes of the Storm 2.0 in its current rendition. And just a little spoiler here for how I feel about it, it's definitely in the positive, okay? But there is a lot to talk about and there's a lot to celebrate. Next video is going to be on the Guild Wars 2 leaks video where I talk about the new expansion and all the features that will maybe be in it. I mean, if these leaks are true, which they look real. Okay, so Quaggan Bacon, and if you don't know, Quaggan is actually a character, well, it's a race of peoples inside of Guild Wars 2, so this guy obviously loves Guild Wars 2, and he says, I hate these leaks. It's highly upvoted. Now, if you go to that video, there's actually a lot of dislikes on the video, and there's a lot of comments really fighting me with the fact that I'm leaking these leaks that have been leaked by somebody else and that everybody else is already talking about. Now, the main reason why why this is getting a lot of views and why a lot of people are really fighting against this is because they're seeing other Guild Wars 2 specific content creators who are paid by ArenaNet or their publisher. They're paid by Guild Wars 2 to create Guild Wars 2 content who are not allowed or like they're obligated to not actually talk about these leaks. So they can't. Now, the thing is ArenaNet or Guild Wars 2 doesn't pay me, okay? At one time, I wanted to be a Guild Wars 2 content creator, but I wasn't a part of the chosen few, okay? I wasn't lucky enough to get that. And yet now, okay, so my video is showing up next to these other people's videos, and they have made videos saying, guys, sorry, can't talk about the leaks. I want to, but I can't. And, you know, a lot of people are taking that as like it's their moral obligation, like they're morally obligated because it's the right thing to do to not talk about the leaks. No, I'm pretty sure they want to talk about it because they literally say it in their videos. Everybody's talking about this already. I'm not obligated to do anything. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it. If ArenaNet wants to pay me some money so I can make really good content and you know, do produced, you know, commercials and stuff like that, then I'm sure, maybe, why not? But they didn't. I wasn't part of the chosen few. So no, I'm going to be like a normal consumer, just like you guys on forums. That's what YouTube is. And I'm going to make a video forum post where I'm like, hey guys, look at all this stuff. I give you my thoughts and feelings, and then that's it, okay? Yes, it hurts ArenaNet in a way, I guess, but the leaks initially did the damage. I'm just here celebrating the game because I genuinely like it. That's my thoughts and feelings, guys. Next up. All right, this is going to be on the Drop Zone video. So yeah, we did a Battlerite first impression, we got Drop Zone, and we played a lot of Heroes of the Storm throughout this. So I've been playing a lot of MOBAs lately, and also a lot of League of Legends. So yeah, here's my Drop Zone video. I did a stream where it was like a live stream. It was like an hour or 2 hours where I really go through the game. Thanks guys for watching that. But also, this is sort of like a review. I like almost kind of fully review Drop Zone. Anyways, so this is my Blight, and he says, speaking of Supernova, it's dead, right? So guys, you know, I play a lot of MOBAs, and this is actually on a game, Drop Zone, which is kind of an RTS hybrid MOBA. Supernova is also similar. I also mentioned a few other games like Air Mech, which is kind of an RTS MOBA hybrid, but he's asking about Supernova in particular because it kind of looked cool, and I think it was being published by Bandai Namco, if I'm not mistaken, and it had a lot of production value, but it wasn't really promoted. It didn't really have many commercials, and so a lot of people don't even know what's going on with it. Well, basically, guys, I don't know if it's actually dead either. I even got paid. I was actually doing a promotional content for them, kind of on Free MMO Station, where I did a cast. So I casted a game of high-level players, and that was pretty much it. So that was cool. That was neato, I guess. But overall, man, Supernova hasn't really done much at all to really promote itself. And I think it's kind of a lot to do with the base game. I don't think its characters really have that much character. A lot of them are just really kind of almost copy and pasted aesthetics, and literally the abilities aren't that exciting either. The game itself is very slow paced. Now there are some cool things that it does if you're a MOBA veteran. Like you do actually choose the creeps that go down your lane. Okay, so that's kind of RTS-y. And the itemization though, at the same time, it seems like they took out a lot of complexity. I don't know, they kind of added complexity in some areas and took away complexity in some areas. But if you're going to be an RTS MOBA, you should just have gone all out. And at the same time, you know, mechanically playing the game physically, it didn't really feel that good. It felt very slow, kind of like Dawngate. Dawngate was getting there though, and Supernova could have evolved. I mean, even League of Legends, which was supposed to be a mechanically intensive MOBA, started out with, you know, very point-and-click characters. So Supernova could have evolved into more, and it might still, but I'm pretty sure it's freaking dead, guys. I'm pretty sure it's dead. And I'm mainly going to attribute it to its character design being very uninspired. And in fact, in my very first impression, that's what I said. These characters, Like, that guy looks literally like Vel'Koz, except a robot. There's a character it's just a bunch of characters that look literally the exact same. It's just robots. It's like, okay, that's a mech with machine guns, that's a mech with rockets. I'm just not really feeling it. And characters and characterization really helps sell a game, especially fighting games, MOBAs, you know, stuff like that, MMOs, the classes. It helps so much. So I don't, you know, with Bandai Namco, you think their publishing would be a little bit better and help guide the art direction of the game, but I think that's what really killed it overall. Okay, now the last one we have to talk about is on my first impression of a game called Dungeon Rushers, which is an indie parody RPG game thing. Okay, it's kind of like a smaller, lighter game, obviously indie, and it's kind of more of a humor thing. So Mohammed says, the game is good and concept's fine, but $15 ain't worth it. And I'm highlighting this because this mentality is not wrong, okay? And this is actually something that probably is worth multiple videos talking about, but I'll just kind of lightly say that, yes, indie developers, you're kind of pricing your games way more expensive than they're actually worth. Now, there might be some debate with certain genres of games being worth a little bit more, but overall, you, as an indie developer, you are still competing with not only AAA people, but you're also competing with other indie dudes who just give away their games. There's a lot of people who are just independently funded through, you know, Patreon or donations or advertisements on their websites, like little war games, stuff like that. They just give away their games, or their games are like $1, $5, but a $15 game. We can get AAA games now for $15 on some sites, or maybe on certain sales, you know, very quickly, very easily. Games go pretty low pretty quickly. But it's so weird that these indie games, almost like a lot of them, especially the very unpopular ones, they never really go on sale. They never really join Humble Bundle, and I don't know. Part of game design is also the marketing, okay? It's also the conceptualization of a monetization scheme. Sorry about that, guys. It's really like your barrier to entry, and getting people to play your game is really important. I think, you know, it's really important to get more people to play your game. Pretty much, even if you have to lose money, it's more important to have more people play your game so that the next game you play or you make, then, you know, more people would know about you. I don't know. It's really kind of conflicting, but overall, indie game design is not a get-rich-quick scheme for most people. And I think a lot of people maybe want that, but $15 is kind of intense. But then again, people who try these different niche games are actually willing to pay that much. Okay, so I don't know, maybe the people of Dungeon Rushers were really actually very good game designers, and they hired some marketing people, and it told them like, hey, $15 is how you're gonna get the most amount of money. A lot of games do that. You know, they'll be like, okay, $12, you're gonna have more people buy it, and you'll make more money overall, or maybe $15. Not many people are gonna buy it, but the people who want this kind of game are gonna spend that much money, so it's okay. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of complexities, but in my opinion, these indie games overall, way too expensive, and I agree with you. They're way too short, they're way too light, and that's just 15 bucks for that game? Absolutely freaking not. Okay. But it was a cool game. I did like that. If you want to see the game, check out the trailer. Hopefully it does go on sale. I don't know if it has or hasn't. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the commentary. I didn't really dive into streams or anything like that. But overall, I think that this is a cool series. I want to see more of it. I'm sorry if these get a little bit more winded, but this is a personal interaction between me and you. And I would love to know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let's help grow the community with likes and subscribes and all the good stuffs. And yeah, let's keep having fun, guys. My name's Skylent. I'll see you in the next one.